This broadcast is brought to you by HTMRadio.com. HTMRadio.com. Parental discretion is advised.
Hello?
Dino.
Yes.
Honky Tonk Man here.
Hey, how are you?
Well, I saw a poster with my name and face on it.
Okay, is this really the Honky Tonk Man?
Well, okay, I'll give you my number. You call me back, or you can call my lawyer. I don't give a shit who you call, but I want to know why you put my name and face on a poster, and you know you never booked me in Port Richey, Florida.
Okay, I never put it on there.
Okay, whose poster is it?
Okay, and you could talk to Vito LaGrosso?
Why would Big Vito do that to me?
Because he's an asshole and he's a fucking idiot, that's why. I do not know this man.
Well, Dino, it boils down to this, and let me tell you, and I don't know the laws of the state of Florida, but I can promise you there's a law in the United States, and it's called fraud.
For this show.
So where do you and Vito stand right now? Because I'll Facebook him, or I'll call Vito myself, and I want to know, is he the promoter or who's promoting it? The building people told me you promoting it.
Right. Yeah, I'm the promoter. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why wouldn't you guys just go ahead and put John Cena, Undertaker, Randy Orton on the fucking poster?
Yeah. Well,
you know why you wouldn't do that? Because you know that Vince McMahon would bust your ass for that, Dino, and you know it.
Hello.
Come on, Vito. Vito.
Okay.
Big Vito.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, all right. I told you I'd give you a chance to get yourself from under the bus where that guy threw you, because you're my friend, and you can tell the fans and everyone out there what happened on that show Saturday.
Okay, will do.
You're ready. You're on live.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to ask you the questions, or you just want to start talking?
Well, I didn't know if I was going to get an intro, Honky. I'll tell you what, I'll introduce myself, since I was the first guy on Mayhem to give these guys a break. Honky Tonk is the man who helped me break into business. I'm the Pavarotti of hard shots to the body, the Paisan who's got it going on, that fly Italian guy from that side, and the man in the business who's got the biggest rocks you ever seen, the one, the only, ECW, WCW, TNA, WWE, broken into the WWF superstar, Big Vito, the Skull LaGrosso from Staten Island, New York. Honky Tonk, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good, and we've been plugging you all along, and the Mayhem guys mentioned that you were their first guest ever, and made you out to be a big superstar for their show, and they appreciated what you did. And it's just a sad situation what happened down there Saturday with this promoter that, like I said, he had your name involved, he had my name involved, and
well, I'll tell you what happened, and this is for all the people who listen to the phone message that this man left, and I'll tell you what it is all about. The promoter's name is Dino Puglia. He's a Florida resident. He says he was a ring announcer for the WWF back in the day, and he did something for WCW. I really don't remember him, and I'm sure a lot of people don't either. He always says that he's a wrestling promoter, and he tries to put on big shows, and he wants to use all the old-timers and vets and the legends of the sport. He had an idea to do something for the late, great Randy Macho Man Savage, okay? And that's somebody that everybody here is a fan of, a friend of, and people all around the world looked up to. He was an icon in wrestling, along with his brother Lanny Poffo and his dad Angelo. You know, they had a nice wrestling family, and it's very good to see that they all stuck together and enjoyed the success. But after Randy passed away, you know, somebody felt compelled to do something. You know, he thought that him being a Christian man and talking in the line of God, that he should do something for the kids and do something for Randy and do all this stuff. He wanted to put a wrestling show on. This man had such a bad reputation in Florida that nobody wanted to help him. He couldn't get a ring. He couldn't get wrestlers. He couldn't get anything done. So he asked me for help. I said, okay, Dino, I will help you. Okay? What I did was I called favors from my friends there in Florida. Okay? He needed a ring, I got him a ring. He needed a referee, I got him a referee. He needed some wrestlers to come on the card, and then I got him that. With that said, okay, he was telling me that a gentleman named Bob Hamill, who was working for him, had 100 pre-sold tickets. Upon that Monday, I was calling him to see how the show was coming. He told me he had a heart attack over the weekend, that he just got out of the hospital, have to call me back. When I finally spoke to him, he told me that Bob Hamill did not sell 100 pre-sold tickets. That's when the ticket sales dropped. He submitted a poster and he put it online that had the Honky Tonk Man advertised. I looked over the original poster the week before and I said, Dino, this poster is wrong and it has a lot of mistakes. He says, well, I don't have any money to do any advertising. I said, my girl, Noelle Harlow, who does graphics, can fix this for you. Is that okay? He said, Vito, if she'll do it for me, I greatly appreciate it. So we fixed the flyer with all the names on it that were on it before. Honky Tonk Man was on the card before, after I fixed it, before I fixed it, during when I fixed it. That never changed. I even sent the original flyer to Honky Tonk Man and his coordinator. They all looked at it. They compared both posters, and they saw that I was not lying. Wayne Ferris helped break me in the business way back in 1990. Okay, a lot of people don't know I broke into business in the WWF in 1991. I became friends with Wayne. I became friends with Randy Popo, Randy Savage, and a lot of the other veterans who are now one of the icons and the greats and Hall of Famers. I would never do nothing to disrespect, Wayne or anybody who's my senior and a vet who has helped me in the business. Well, with that being said, come Tuesday, Dino Puglia decided that, he had to cut some talent. So he was telling me he was starting to cut talent. On Wednesday, he told me he wasn't going to bring in Ox Baker. He wasn't going to bring in Ron Bass. On Thursday, he told me that some of the people were not going to be on the card who were coming. So I said, well, how are you going to have all this talent and not, and not put on a show? He says, don't worry, we'll do it. With that being said, he had told me then, I had made a deal with him that I wanted my guarantee, which is a price you decide upon before you wrestle, and then I had a guarantee for helping him book and get the show coordinated, which he agreed to. He had then told me that he wanted to pay me on his paid day, and I said, listen, that's not the deal we agreed upon. I said, I did all this work, I helped you, I did all these things. I said, and then you want to not pay me. I said, that's not right. On Friday morning at 2 a.m., I get an email through Facebook telling me that I was off the show. He told me that I was going to be paid like an indie worker, that he was going to pay me off the door. If I don't like it, I can stay home, and that if I cause anything, he will have me arrested by Newport Richey police. With that being said, I didn't respond. I got angry, but I kept my mouth shut. I then called up the guys to the ring. I called up a couple of the guys who were workers on the show. I told them I was not a part of it, that he may ask me why. These guys only did the show because of my word, because I have a very good name in the wrestling business. I don't bullshit. I don't play games. I'm as straight shooter as you can. My reputation is done on respect and for all the good charity work that I do here in Florida and throughout the world. And I'm respected by my peers. I only do wrestling one way and one way only. The only way I know is the way I broke in. I never was a scammer or a guy trying to make money. If a promoter wanted to pay me to do something other than what I wanted to do on a show, if I didn't think it was right, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't just take his money and go home. That's not my style. That's not Big Vito LaGrasso. If I didn't think it was good, I'd say, no, thank you very much. Keep your money. I think I'll stay home that day. With that being said again, I got off the show. He then goes to the building. He contacts the owner of the building. His name was Matt Jerry. Gives him my picture, said this man is not allowed to be in the building. He's not supposed to be here, or he's supposed to be escorted by the police. Matt Jerry, being a good businessman and a wrestling fan as well, since him and his dad helped book with the Briscoes back in the day here in Florida, he said, why isn't Vito allowed here in the building? Why don't you give me his number and let me talk to him? He says, no, you don't have to talk to him. It's okay. He says, well, Vito comes here. He's more than welcome. Upon that, I didn't know afterwards that the Honky Tonk Man had called Matt Jerry to extend his apologies for not being there at the show and to say that he didn't know he was booked. And after I made a phone call that day, later that day, to say, listen, I'm sorry I couldn't be at the show also, because that's called professional courtesy in wrestling. And the gentleman said, Vito, he said, all these people are here to see you. You have a good following here in Florida, as well as the Honky Tonk Man worldwide. He says, I think it's a shame that these people are being cheated. I said, there's nothing I can do about it. And then I explained to him what happened. I spoke to him on Sunday afterwards, and he told me what happened at the show. The ring crew came. They did not get paid. The guys came, and they wrestled. They did not get paid. The gentlemen who, they had no ring, they had no bell, they had no sound system. I believe they had, I'd say about 150 people. Some people paid to get in. Some people didn't, because there was nobody checking the door. Okay? There was a band that performed there. They didn't get paid. There were allegations that Dino Puglia had a heart attack and had to leave early from this venue. He didn't have to leave early from the venue. He got afraid because there were people there who got mad because they weren't getting their money. The band wanted to kick the hell out of him. The boys wanted to beat the shit out of him. The owner of the building wanted his neck, making such a scene at this place and putting a bad taste on wrestling and in the fans' mouths, because the people came to see Ox Baker, the Honky Tonk Man, Ron Bass, Big Vito, Bugsy McGraw. That's who they came to see. They came to see the legends in a tribute for the late, great Macho Man Savage. But most of all, it was for a charity event as well. It was for Children's Hospital. That's what he connected it with. Children's Hospital, donate your money. Randy Macho Man Savage tribute show. Everybody came. Everybody wanted to have a good time and celebrate the Macho Man and do something for a good cause. Well, I could tell you that Children's Hospital did not make a dime. A lot of the wrestlers did not get paid. The ring still hasn't been paid. The band still hasn't been paid. The owner of the building did not get paid in full. And when the owner of the building, I said, well, don't you have a contract agreement with Dino Puglia? He goes, no. The agreement is with Bob Hamill, the man who said that he had sold all the tickets. So he couldn't go after him legally. All they got was a deposit. On that day, Dino Puglia called up and he said to him, man, what about my chairs and my TV? He said, I don't know what happened to your TV. He said, but your chairs are here. And then there was this discrepancy about money where Dino Puglia accused Matt Jerry's mom of taking money out of the kitty from ticket sales and sticking it in her pocket. If people would like to follow all this on Florida Indies discussion board, if you can go to your computer and go and you could read about everything he said. He knocked wrestling, he knocked indie wrestling, he knocked the veterans, he knocked everybody.
Well,
he is not a nice man.
I'm glad you cleared that up, Big Vito, so the fans know and everyone knows that what happened. And this happens every now and again, and we got our next guest coming up. He's been in the music business for a long time, and he knows all about unscrupulous promoters. But thanks, Vito, for letting us get this all aired out.
I thank you very much. If you guys would like to book Big Vito, contact me at vitobookings.com. If you need some graphics, check out Noel Harlow on Facebook, Graphics by Noel. And remember, people, all wrestling is not like this. We are a good group of people, and we do good things. Along with Honky Tonk Man and myself, we do a lot of good charity work, and we always help people. Please don't take this as a black eye on wrestling. And to all the indie guys who are here in Florida, remember, stick with each other. And, that's what the word brother means, when you stick up for each other. And if anybody ever wrestles for him, again, they should be blackballed in Florida. Dino Puglia, you should have nothing to do with wrestling because you're a fool, a fake, and you take advantage of people. Thank you very much, Wayne. I miss you. Thank you very much for helping me in the business.
I'll see you down the road. Thanks,
All right,
Vito.
take care. Thank you.
Bye.